What is everybody? I hope all is well. Welcome back to That Square Sports Podcast. And we are brewing up, man. We're brewing up. It's my time of year again, obviously, where we talk about the mock draft and so on and so forth. But today, obviously, my love for college football. I try not to really get involved in the season because it's just too crazy. Too damn crazy for me. Too crazy for me. But what I will say about this is, though, respectfully, the college football playoffs rankings are out, and I will break through the top 25 all the way to number one. And I'm going to either I agree or disagree, to be pretty honest with you, pretty much with that. First things first, Colorado at 25. They dropped 9 spots. Not going to hold you. Kansas has been on a wrecking crew. And it's funny because Kansas actually looked really, really good. They've looked really good in the month of November. So good football. Kind of saw it coming. I know it's really strange for me to make predictions, but I did see it coming with Colorado losing that game. Just the way they play, their style is they don't really run the ball enough, and they don't really have, I guess, the X factors and the guys in the middle on defense as well to stop the run like Devin Neal and them. So respectfully, I could have seen Colorado jump to at least maybe 21, 22, but 25 suitable is fair. It's fair. I know you're gonna have a lot of Deion Sanders haters. I know you're gonna have a whole bunch of haters. Kansas State, they didn't look pretty at the beginning of the season. They're rolling. This is a fair rank for them. Illinois, on the other hand, they go up 2 spots. Respectfully, okay, I get it. UNLV, I watch them late at night. They usually are. I live on the East Coast. I live in Atlanta, so well, not the East Coast, but the South. And dude, Atlanta, man, watching them games at night, man, it's hard to go to sleep. It's hard waking up the next day if you're going to sleep watching those kind of games. So, respectfully, I love their quarterback. And I love their receiver. I think his name is White, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that one. But he's exceptionally well, too. And as for Mizzou, a lot of NFL talent on that roster. It's just, man, the beginning of the season, they misutilized all of their talent. And it's so crazy how now everything's rolling and it's working for them. It's just, they're so out of the SEC picture, it's not even funny. As we move to the 20 to 16 spot, all right, if you follow my channel, I'm a huge Texans fan, and I'm a huge Texas A&M fan. So obviously South Texas football, that's what I love. Aggies, they respectfully, they shouldn't have lost to South Carolina, but we did. Hey, it is what it is. And we lost to Auburn. Daniels couldn't make the catch in the overtime. Hey, we shouldn't even kept them in that game. They came out the gate swinging and punched us right in the mouth. But we still control our own destiny. That's what's so crazy about this, is the fact that if we beat Texas and then we turn around and win the SEC championship, we can go back into the playoffs. Whew, that's a lot going on right there. BYU, on the other hand, kind of the same way. It's an exotic way that conference is so set up right now. Also, with that being said, too, about BYU, they dropped 5 spots. We dropped 5 spots. Respectfully, we're ranked in a good position. Iowa State, they are coming. And a very manageable. The next 3 teams, Iowa State, Tulane, and Arizona State, respectfully have earned a right to play in top dog games where they're at. And I love every second of this because clearly, guys, these teams are on fire. And you got to start making that question because, Big 12 is huge, plays a huge part. But Arizona, they're not playing no games. Iowa State ain't playing no games either. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from all those schools. This is not a bad pick. I would have them a little bit further, but let me see what's going on here. Let me see what the next set is. The next set, actually, I don't disagree with any of this at all. Maybe Alabama. But I know what I said about 16 through 20, but 15 through 11, Jesus Christ. Whew. Alabama needs to switch with South Carolina. Here's the reason why. You went to Norman, a team that's in a lower tier part of the SEC. Alabama should not be in the picture at all. Ole Miss shouldn't be either. Really, no. So I do disagree with some of this then. So Alabama and Ole Miss do not need to be at 13 and 14. I would actually switch them. I would switch Arizona State with Alabama, and I would switch South Carolina and Ole Miss. I would switch them too. Yeah, I would switch Ole Miss in South Carolina because South Carolina been actually playing exceptionally well football. There's no way, there's no reason why Ole Miss should have lost in the swamp to the Gators, especially depleting Gators. Just no, there's no way. Clemson playing good football. They deserve Boise State. They both of them respectfully are good where they're at 11 and 12. I like South Carolina moving to the 13th spot. To be honest with you. I love it too. I love this exactly where everybody should be at with 11 and 12. Move South Carolina to maybe, 13. We got a conversation because, rivalry week is coming up, obviously, for Carolina, South Carolina and Clemson. They play each other. This is a huge part because right now Clemson controls their own destiny. And South Carolina, on the other hand, I ain't going to hold you, bro. I ain't going to hold you. They're not going to get in the SEC championship. But they might make a run in that playoffs, and don't nobody want to see South Carolina. Just respectfully. Let's go ahead and look at this. Let's go ahead and look at this 10 through 5. 10 through 5. All right. We got IU. Okay. IU, SMU immediately. Yes, record-wise, they deserve to be there. Strength of schedule, talent. This is UGA and Tennessee and Miami. I think Miami deserves to be a little bit more, probably in the top 5. I wouldn't put them outside looking in. That's just me. We'll see how all roads lead for Miami. Georgia, I don't even think Georgia should be number 7. To be honest with you, I don't think even the way Carson Beck is playing, I still don't see Georgia being that high up at 7. But really my main focus right now is number 8, number 9, and number 10. IU, Indiana, they're good. It's just they played a grown man opponent in Ohio State, and they got embarrassed. They got embarrassed bad. And if college football wants to make money, respectfully, IU, they're just not. They're not that situation that you really care too much for. SMU on the other hand is a little different because obviously they went out, they played an ACC championship game against Miami, I believe. That would be something worthwhile to watch. Tennessee on the other hand, I respectfully, a lot of these SEC schools, as an SEC fan with the Aggies, right now, man, a lot of them don't even deserve to be in the top 15 like that. They don't. They haven't played exceptionally well. If you're just being honest with each other with this, but this 6 through 10 is a bit head scratchy. It's a bit head scratchy. I'm not gonna hold you. It's a bit. Yeah, this is probably the ugliest part of the whole thing because it's crazy how I would have them. I would actually have Georgia at number 10, IU on the outside of 10. I'd probably have them switch with. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I probably have IU. So I gotta see the whole board. Let me see the whole board. But right now, 6 through 10. Yeah, I'm not in love with it. Let me see 1 through 5. Let me see 1 through 5. All right, 1 through 5. I respect Oregon. They're undefeated, so that's fair. Ohio State, they're not the prettiest team, but it is fair. They've beaten their opponents except for Oregon, respectfully. Texas, on the other hand. Yeah, you can give it to them. Texas, they did lose to Georgia, which is funny, but yeah. Penn State, I like this top 5. Notre Dame's biggest win is against Texas A&M, which is cool, but how outside of A&M, they got USC, I believe, at the end of the season. I don't know, is that still a rivalry anymore? They got USC at the end of the season, so let's see how that plays out. I don't expect USC to go out there and dominate Notre Dame. Okay, so here's my thoughts on Notre Dame. Notre Dame gets a lot of hate, frankly, because, I'm going to be honest with you, it's because they're overrated, but they're not overrated. They're rated right, but they're not overrated. It's a bizarre turn of events when it comes to Notre Dame, just with me and them. Same thing with Penn State. James Franklin is going to do everything in his power to fold and mess up to get out of the Big Ten. championship game and blow it. He does it every year. It's like he does this every year. This is the perfect system for James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions to take care of business and actually have a chance in the college football playoffs. Simply for that reason, because he's so used to blowing games. It's apparent. I think he should be fired. I should just do a whole video on him just all together. They're the same team. However, the top three, Oregon, Oregon State, and Texas, actually fit very well in this. Fit very well. And this is how the dynamic would look, college football playoffs. So this is how it would look. It's not as bad. Okay, now let's talk about it. What did I say here? We've got all right, you got Oregon all the way down. Then you got the outside looking in. First team out, first team in. All right, so Alabama definitely shouldn't be at 13. It should be South Carolina. South Carolina should be right there at 13. That is my looking at it. So for me, yes, Oregon, Ohio State, Texas. I'm not changing that. Penn State switches with Miami. That's just my thought. I think Miami deserves to be there. Just for me watching. I love Drew Aller. I love the guys, but respectfully, I really think Miami's way better than Penn State. But then again, they did lose to Georgia Tech. So, who knows? We just switching really pretty much. Notre Dame falls out of the top 5. I put Miami there, and I switch Penn State with Notre Dame. Notre Dame falls to 7. Georgia, I don't like Georgia at 7. That's not me, quite frankly, but they did beat Tennessee, so I have to leave them there because technically, clearly, respectfully, I think all these other teams ahead of Georgia are better, and I think Georgia is better than the teams that they are ahead of as well going forward. And they've beaten South Carolina already, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So that kind of holds weight right there. Now, Tennessee, suspect. I don't really believe in them. That quarterback they got can't even throw the ball all the way, but they do have an amazing running back and a cool set of linebackers and defensive line. So that's cool. SMU is one of those small schools. They're doing a Cinderella story just like IU, both of them. So I could leave them both right there at 9 and 10. Boise State, obviously, they don't really play anybody, but then again, you can't really control your destiny if they didn't give you the keys to play other people. I mean, you can't control who's on your schedule once it's already set. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. So I would actually say Boise State is better than IU and SMU. I would actually put Boise State at number 9 and push SMU at 10, IU at 11, Arizona State at 12. Clemson on the outside looking in, even though I do believe Clemson will get in because South Carolina's right there. Whew, this is a lot, man. This is a lot. Respectfully, guys, what do you guys think of this college football playoff ranking? Please let me know in the comments. Also, I will be doing my mock draft reviews as well. I'll just be looking at the ads and articles and stuff. But we get ready to dive into it as we get ready to become a part of this. And it'll all be starting pretty much next Monday. So we'll be diving back into the whole NFL draft season, and I'm kind of excited. I actually like this college football breakdown playoff. I like this a lot. This is actually something that a lot of us college football fans have been dying to see. If you also got a team, we can talk about it too as well. Let me know what you think, guys. Always, if you like the comment, of course, subscribe. If you don't, hey, thanks for tuning in and enjoying it. Appreciate you. Peace.